Our last destination in Australia as part of our around the world trip was Kakadu National Park. We had a car waiting at the airport to drive the 300 plus kilometers to Kakadu. Along the way we stopped at Fog Dam. Fog Dam was an attempted rice farming in the Northern Territory, but the newly created dam and water attracted thousands of birds that ate the rice. The rice fields are gone, but the birds remain, making Fog Dam one of the best birding locations in all of Australia. We spent way too much time at Fog Dam, so we had to push hard to arrive before dark at Cowinda Lodge, our base for Kakadu. We did a little sunset birding, then had dinner at the cafeteria-style campground restaurant.
The next morning we awoke early to witness the sunrise at Nurlangi Rock. The rock and its surrounding landscape boast an incredibly rich culture and history, dating back thousands of years. Climbing up an escarpment, we witnessed the dawn over the rock and the stark beauty of the Arnhem Land. Taking advantage of the still early morning, we headed to another well-known birding spot, the Anbangbang Billabong. The park had just opened for the season, and the road was still technically closed due to the wet season flooding still subsiding, so we parked the car and walked in. Pay no attention to the crocodile signs. The Billabong was a great treat of beauty, sitting next to the hill we just climbed to see the sunrise, and full of birds. Then off to the rock. Nurlangi Rock is best known for its stunning collection of Aboriginal rock art that spans back centuries. The walls of the rock have been used as a shelter and a canvas for millennia, marking the spot where local tribes communicated with each other and drew out their stories and memories. We hiked the 1.5-kilometer walk to visit the shelters and art formations, pausing for a wallaby in our path. The art was amazing, and in a different style than in the Kimberleys. Many of the pictures portrayed the lightning god and legends about him. At the end of the trail, we went on to climb to the Gunwardaward Lookout, where there was a mesmerizing view across the sprawling escarpment and Nurlangi Rock.
We headed to the only town, Jabiru, and ate lunch in the only open restaurant this time of year. Afterwards, our plan was to visit the most famous rock art formation at Ubir, and the infamous Cahill crossing of the Crocodile River. We drove to the road to Ubir, discovering the river crossing was impassable. Living in Costa Rica where we ford rivers all the time, we just kept going to see if we could cross. The rivers were not that bad, and we plowed through them, arriving at Ubir.
Horses.
Ubir is one of the most famous and important rock art galleries in all of Australia. It is known for its X-ray painting of animals and people, depictions of wildlife from long ago, including a Tasmanian tiger and the rainbow serpent. We then headed to Cahill's Crossing, which was truly still underwater, so we could not cross, so we headed back through the many rock formations that lined the way back to Kalinda.
Our final morning was a sunrise boat trip on yellow water. It is one of the highlights of a Kakadu trip, and the morning sun on the Billabong was enchanting. We saw crocodiles, and many new birds were added to our list for Australia. In the late afternoon, we drove back to Darwin, stopping again at Fog Dam, then to the airport where we ended the Australian part of our journey. Next stop, New Zealand.